Hello people, welcome back to Follow That. Hope you're doing well. Now, I am going to be running through all the different approach vehicle options. So I did a crew support one which covered all of them, and people seem to find that really useful. So I thought I'd show you all the different approach vehicles and kind of the pros and cons of each of them. So Kosata is great because you can go straight through the drainage tunnel and you don't have to mess around with the other guards and getting through, but also you can set it to different entry points. You don't have to go straight in the drainage tunnel, or you can spawn here on the west beach, and then if you want to collect all of your loot on the way in, so here there's usually a whole bunch of stuff by the airport, uniforms, etc., and then you can just swim. It's a disadvantage, it takes a little bit longer to go this way, or as I say, just use it to go straight in, avoid all of the, particularly if there's more than one of you and you can collect the gold at the compound, you don't even need to collect any of this secondary loot. So here at the airport, I'm just going to walk up, there's very few guards here, it's easy not to get detected, pick up the crew uniform, and then I'm good. So here I'm just going to pick up all of the secondary loot. I'm in the guard's uniform, so I won't be bothered going in to actually the compound and taking on the next bit. So Alkonost, it is quite a tough vehicle to get hold of, and I'm not sure that it's worth the effort for that. But the one useful thing about this is you can decide where you parachute to on the island. So one exception is you cannot land straight into the compound. So one of those little rockstar things where they lock it down. If you try and land directly on the compound, you will just get blown up on that red target area. But if you want to go somewhere and have a bit of freedom about where you want to land with your parachute skills, as long as you don't land directly on a guard, it's quite a useful option. I think it takes a little bit too long. It depends if you're going for elite challenge, you want to do it under 15 minutes. It can take a little bit long with the parachute jump, depending exactly where you land, but it's good for landing on a specific point if you can be bothered with the prep for that mission where there's different parts. It can be quite tricky, particularly in the warehouse. And again here I've just landed by the airstrip, pick up the uniform, and then I'm good to go. Collect the loot, and unbothered I can get myself down to the compound. So it's a different kind of option, a bit more freedom. Okay, the Velum. Now, if you've got a lot of stuff that's spawning at the airport, it's perfect. And the one thing you need to do to make sure you go in stealth is to use support crew option, weapon stash. Otherwise, you start off in aggressive mode, and it's a long way to go. And the thing I like about the Velum is it lands you directly at the airstrip. And also you have the guards you see with the little white indicators where they don't detect you because you're in smuggler's uniform. So here I've got the crew support option, so here the guy won't attack me and I won't have to get all the way to the compound in aggressive mode. And there's a uniform around here, and it's pretty good. There's usually a bunch of loot around the airport, as I say. So probably just about my preferred option, I think. So I'm going to get all the secondary loot, and I'm on my own, so I'm not going to pick up any of the gold inside the actual compound. So I've got to pick up my secondary loot early. And yeah, the crew support, so my bag of weapons is in here. Just pick it up when you're ready, and then we are good to go. So, the Stealth Annihilator. What a name for an approach vehicle. So it's almost worth getting it just for the name. So it's the heli, and unfortunately you're not piloting it, even though you can pilot every helicopter in the game, including the Stealth Annihilator. In this one, you get flown by the pilot, and you can actually jump out early, which is a pretty dumb thing to do. So I'm quite a long way from the island here. You can jump out. Yeah, you just sit in the middle of the sea, which is not particularly helpful. Out of area. There we go. Great. And it's a stormy day. Okay, so I restarted that one, and there's a couple of points that you can rappel to. The advantage being that they're nice, quiet spots. That really depends where your loot is in terms of where you want to spawn. So here, my loot's near the airport, so I'm just going to go down this spot, get moving, and tempting as it is, I'm not sure you can take out your heli pilot. Yeah, can we do it? No, I'm pretty sure you can't. Anyway, that thing's armor plated. It doesn't quite get you the angle to take him out. But anyway, we're not here to do that, are we? Yes, we are. We're playing GTA, we're going to mess around. Officially, we're here to do the heist. Okay, so, again, it's alright. It's limited landing areas. So, patrol boat. Again, this one, pretty good. The prep mission for this takes a very long time going down the road. So, I don't think this is worth it compared to the next option. You've got a couple of points that you can land at and spawn near, so the main dock and North Dock. And again, it depends where your loot is. Again, you see on my map, most of my stuff's around the airport, but there's quite often a lot of stuff around the North Dock. And the advantage of this is, A, if you're playing with other people, you can have someone on the guns, which is great. B, it's got a lot of armour, it's quite solid. You can still be shot while you're driving the boat, piloting the boat, whatever. Nice thing about this is you have a lot of flexibility. So you could land in that spawn point where it's given, go to the North Docks, or you could just sail your way all the way around to the drainage tunnel and get in that way. And you can leave your boat here, pick up some loot, and then come back and get it. So the boats are good. You know, it gives you a lot of flexibility, but they're kind of slow. Longfin is a similar option, much easier to get hold of. So as long as you can escape easily on the prep, which means usual stuff for escaping lots of stars, you just go underground into a tunnel and you're good. And again, the Longfin is very similar to the patrol boat. You have a lot of freedom in terms of where you can go. Like I say, it's quicker than the patrol boat. You can't have someone else manning the guns on there, which is a bit of a shame. The speed of it means you can do some quite spectacular entries. And again, you can pick up the loot, leave it on the coast, and then come back, jump in it again, and then sail your way nice and safely all the way around to the drainage tunnel. The only downside really is that the boats, they take a while to get around. So if you're trying to do a leap, it can be pretty tough to make it all the way around and back if your stuff spawns up here. So there you go. Those are different options. Choose your favourite. Velum for me, still my favourite. Let me know what you think in the comments. Take care. Speak to you soon.